So Google has just finished releasing or announcing Gemini 2.5, which we already knew about, and this is how it compares to all of the other LLMs. So right now, as you can see, it is at the top. We'll see how long it actually lasts up here. My guess that there's going to be another LLM that's going to announce a new update within like the next month or so, and Gemini 2.5 is going to start getting pushed down. Happens all the time. But the interesting thing that Google did actually announce alongside Gemini 2.5, which we already kind of knew about, is their new tech called Firebase Studio. Now, if you guys have never seen this before, this is their equivalent to Cursor.ai or Cursor AI, which is like the coding tool that basically plugs into an LLM. You can tell it like, hey, code me an app, and it'll go and do its thing. It'll code for you. But the really interesting thing about this is the fact that it is all cloud-based. So what I mean by that is if we actually head over to firebase.studio, this is the website that it's actually on. And as you can see, it is all cloud-based. So you don't need to actually install anything on your computer. It all saves it to like your Google profile. One thing that I will say is, as of recording this right now, that I'm going to assume that there's going to be a lot of people using this because it literally just got announced maybe 45 minutes ago. So usually when the error isn't actually there, what you would be able to do is just type in something like, hey, code me a app to help organize my day. It'll go and do its thing. If you are a little bit more experienced, what you can actually do is you can set up a workspace down here with whatever like APIs you want to use. So you, for example, you've got like Python down here, you've got Java, you've got .NET, Angular, Next.js, everything down here. You've got a few more as well. But you can essentially use whichever repos and stuff like that you want. This is the more advanced way. So I'm just going to set up a new workspace, and we're going to set up a new app, for example. So when you actually click on new app, it will actually ask you which templates or which web templates you want to use. So for example, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on Astro here. We can name the app. So we'll call it My New Fancy App. So as you can see, it is installing all of the actual packages that we need. So like it's got all the Tailwind, so that's like the CSS that we're going to be using. Everything is literally ready to go. It might take like maybe 1 or 2 minutes for it to actually complete. Obviously, I'm going to assume that this is going to be a little bit quicker when everybody isn't trying to jump on the bandwagon of using this. But right now, it's probably been like 1 or 2 minutes, and it's just went and done the complete thing here. The good thing about using Astro, I don't know if you guys have used this before, it does use like Tailwind CSS, and Tailwind CSS is like mobile friendly and stuff like that, so you don't need to actually worry about it not looking great on tablet and stuff. So this is what Astro looks like. What we're also going to do is give it a prompt to like code as a simple app, and we will see how well it does. So all I have done here is I've just prompt AI, can you create me an app that tells me all the English Premier League football grounds and which games are happening at this weekend. And Gemini's basically came back saying like, hey, yes, I can do that. You will need to live update it after this weekend, but that's not an issue. We're just going to be testing this out. So we're going to just create a file here. I'm going to just quickly check all of these grounds and make certain that they are correct. It does look like those are the grounds that are in the Premier League by Premier League teams. So we have just done that, and we should be ready to go. So as you can see here, this is the live URL that's actually running on the server. So I've not actually had to do like anything with my router. I've not had to install anything on my computer, nothing like that. But one thing it's done is that it's kind of attached it to the Astro welcome guide. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to prompt Gemini to actually create this using Tailwind CSS on a completely separate URL, which won't be too hard to actually do. So this is what it's come back with. Now, it doesn't look that great. However, the speed that it's actually been able to create this is actually pretty impressive. It does seem to be struggling with some basic CSS right now, hence why it just doesn't look that great. But if we were to just say to Firebase, like, hey, can you add a contact form at the bottom of the page, it's actually relatively quick. It's a lot quicker than Cursor, which I've been using. Like already, it's just been able to add that in. And if we just run the terminal or run the development server, if we reload that, as we can see, if we go to /stadiums, as you can see right at the bottom, it actually has done that. Like what I said, it is slightly struggling with some basic CSS. Now, I'm not certain if it's because so many people are using it, because it did take a little bit of going back and forth to just get some basic CSS on here. But I'm going to assume that this is going to improve over time. It literally, like what I said at the start of this video, it did get announced not even 1 hour ago. So just bear that in mind if you are using it. As of recording this video, it's definitely going to be improving. If you guys have enjoyed this video, please remember to leave a like. Also, if you want me to do like follow-up videos on how it's actually reacting in like a week's time, I will do. Obviously, this is like the first day that Firebase has recently just launched. But if you guys have enjoyed the video, please remember to leave a like. And if you want more tips like this, head over to the Hustlers Playbook. It's my school group where I teach you guys more about AI, SEO, and also Facebook ads. So if you guys are trying to grow a brand or trying to grow your AI knowledge, this is probably going to be the group for you. I teach in here like everything to do with AI. So if there's any AI tools you want me to ever test out, you can let me know in here. I also go live once a week, where it is just like a weekly mastermind. So if you have any questions or if you want me to do certain SOPs or teach you certain tasks, I can do. That's again live every single week on Friday at 3 p.m. UK time. The calls are recorded, so if you can't ever make it, you will get the recording. And also on the 27th of June, I am hosting an in-person SEO conference in Manchester. We're less than 80 days away. So if you want to attend and you want to learn from the best, such as Craig, Lara Costa, James Dooley, Carrie Rose, many, many more, now is your time to get your tickets. Thank you all for watching.